It's the Morning Scramble. Z102.9.
Here are the offices of Scramble and Scramble. No case is too big, no case is too small. It's our radio court of law, and you win every time because we just tell you what the audience tells us.
Every case is just right.
All you got to do is let us know your case. Scramble at kzia.com, much like the case from Dave today.
Yeah, he has a heck of a case for us today. He writes, I heard Claire recently talking about Girl Scouts and fundraising, etc. My daughter also does Girl Scouts, and my son plays on a travel baseball team that does a lot of fundraising to offset the cost. In my job as a manager, I've been told that I cannot ask those I supervise to buy or support my kiddos' fundraising efforts, whether it be the Girl Scout cookies, March Madness brackets, etc. Apparently, it is believed that my ask could be intimidating or may feel obligated to purchase something to support their boss, even though they might not want to. My workplace culture is very family friendly. We share stories about our kids, our family vacations. We have an annual social at my house for staff and their families. So I asked the Scramble, help me. Should a manager be allowed to ask those they supervise to support their kids' fundraising efforts?
1, 2, 3. No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No. Here's why. What? You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. There's something in business called the inverted triangle.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you staring at me for?
I don't know why I've got this like.
You sure do. Everybody, her left fist for just a second was clenched.
On behalf of Dave.
The inverted triangle, which in an employer to employee, it's like there's one of those and there's more below, right?
Yeah.
And the power rests at the top of the triangle. The moment you give them like, it's okay, then the employees take over. Then it's chaos. Then it's inmates running the asylum. You have to follow the rules of the company. And the company's very clear to him, don't do this. You're going to, A, create chaos. B, you're going to lose any and all power you have in that building. Also, from an employee standpoint, that makes me feel so awkward. If I don't buy from you and then I go into my performance review and I'm doing pretty good, but I forgot to buy some wrapping paper or toilet paper or whatever your kid was selling that day, all of a sudden I'm getting a lower grade for my performance review.
What?
I want a raise, and to get a raise, I have to also buy some Thin Mints. I don't like any of this. It's a hard no. Also, while we're at it, stop throwing parties at your house.
What?
That is a big HR no-no.
Oh, come on.
No, if I'm going to be a fun hater on this one and I'm taking that role and I believe it, you got to cut. You're the boss. You can't do this. You can't be friends because all of a sudden the employees are going to run the place, and that's not how it's supposed to go.
That's not how it goes at all.
Say no.
I say yes. And it's because it's not about hierarchy or power struggles or whatever. It is about these children who are trying to, broaden their horizons and participate in different activities. Let's support our kids in their endeavors. And a lot of those extra activities are expensive. So to help out all families and even the manager's family, they still have some costs that they have to cover. So let's help everybody out. It's about supporting the kids. It's up to different people. As somebody who is also peddling their kids things in an office where I don't have that much hierarchical power, I don't have a problem with somebody telling me no. There are different things like dietary restrictions if you're selling like sweets and stuff, and people are like, oh no, I'm trying not to do that right now. Completely understandable. And it's not like anybody's going to hold anything against you. It's just that I have to help my kid do this thing that neither one of us wants to do, but we have to do it. And it's just one of those things like, oh, if you could use some wrapping paper and you wanted to buy from my kid, that would really help us out. It would benefit you. And it's a win, 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 win. Let everybody do it, including the managers. You're going to be a cool workplace and have parties and talk about family and culture and have good culture. Don't destroy it.
Have to do it. I get it from the selling standpoint. Wholeheartedly support that. We'll support the kids that come to my door. But it becomes almost like it's a mandatory requirement. Have to do it if I work for you.
Just saying it'd be really cool if you would.
Are you selling me on something right now?
It's called pre-sales. Starting in January, I'm going to be selling Girl Scout cookies.
Stop it!
And you would really be doing me a solid.
Back! Thank God you're not my manager. This puts me in an awkward position. Should a manager be allowed to ask those they supervise to support kids' fundraising efforts? Phone lines are open now, 200-1029. A vote for Eric is a no vote because I think it puts burden then on the employees.
I think a vote for Claire is a yes vote because I think that it's not about the hierarchical power. It's about the kids. Support the kids.
And while you're on the phone, Claire will try to sell you Girl Scout cookies.
And say
Hierarchical. Either one is great.
You
We'll
want
take
Thin
it.
Mints also. Yeah.
No's and yeses. What do you have to say in regards to managers being allowed to ask those they supervise to support their kids' fundraising efforts? What do you say? Phone lines open, 200-1029. All right, jury in a hurry. Should a manager be allowed to ask those they supervise to support a kid's fundraising efforts? Yes or no?
Yes, by all means.
Yes.
Let them sell, let them sell, let them sell. Thank you,
Mints
juror.
for days.
Let's go to this juror. Okay, the manager wants you to buy their stuff to help their kid. Is that good or bad? Should they be allowed to do that? Yes or no?
Yes, absolutely.
You're
For
totally
sure.
okay that the person in charge can sell that, huh?
Yep.
Yes.
I'll
Yep.
buy it.
Yeah, you're not going to
asking.
talk her into a no.
I'm trying to.
You don't try to
talk her
it.
into a no.
No.
Hey, welcome to Jury in a Hurry. Okay, the manager wants to know: are they allowed to have their kids' stuff for sale, or does it make it kind of weird for the workplace?
What do you think, juror?
As being someone that's in HR, it should not be allowed.
It should not be allowed.
Oh, HR fine haters.
They're not fun haters.
Unfortunately,
They're rule enforcers.
Ideally, we would love to think that there's no hierarchy and there's no feel of obligation, but unfortunately, there are management that do hold that type of power over employees.
The iron grip
no.
managers. This guy could be a great guy. We're just thinking on a broad scale,
We don't
too.
know.
HR director, thank you for calling in. Let's move into this call. Okay, so the manager wants to sell their kids' stuff to raise money, but the business says no because it's not fair to the employees. Do you think that person should be able to sell their stuff? Yes or no?
No.
No.
Oh.
Another no,
My
which
goodness.
brings us to a tie. Now, my call right before that no was an HR director.
Yeah.
I feel like that carries like 5 votes.
I don't think so, sir. No. Nice try.
That's from corporate.
No.
That's corporate saying no.
No, I need more fun haters right now agreeing with me that yes, a supervisor should be able to sell their kids' stuff.
No, managers, I know it's not the best position, but the rules are rules. Managers should not be allowed to sell their kids' stuff to fundraise. All right, let's see if we can break this 2-2 tie. Let's go back to the phones. And okay, juror, should a manager be allowed to ask those they supervise to support a kid's fundraising efforts? What do you say?
So it's Jen Draper, and I am a hardcore with Eric on this one.
Oh! And I know her, so that's like 5 extra
Big
votes.
sway.
Okay, Jen.
No.
Jen, thanks for the vote. We'll put a no on the no column.
Thanks.
Let's go back to the telephone lines. Juror, should a manager be allowed to ask those they supervise to support a kid's fundraising effort? Yes or no?
Yep.
You are okay with it. Okay, next juror we go. Manager, should they be allowed to ask those they supervise to support a kid's fundraising efforts? Yes or no?
Nah, man, heck no.
Heck no.
No,
Nah, man.
No, man.
That's working for the man. Nah, man. I love that answer. Okay, jury in a hurry. Thanks for calling. A manager is asking, should they be allowed to ask those they manage to support their kids' fundraising efforts? Yes or no?
Absolutely. 110%.
Oh my gosh, we are back
But
and forth,
hold
back
on.
and forth.
No, hold on. We have a fine line here, though. It's a fine line. I get where this HR lady is coming from. I understand that. I do. But put it out in the break room, man. Let people just sign up. You don't have to go, hey, buy this right now.
Oh, like I'm at your desk and I'm like watching you. Like, how much? Why don't you up that order?
This is an interesting point.
Yeah.
Thank you, caller. We're gonna let you go, but I like this because, and maybe this is the answer. Maybe we just call it at a tie because it seems like people are split evenly.
Could be.
But what if it's like it's just in the break room? You don't know who it is. It's just
Don't
cookies
put the
for
kid's
sale.
name
Don't
on
put
it.
the kid's name on it. That's the answer right there.
Interesting. We've just discovered a whole new solution.
Case closed.
You're welcome.
The morning scramble, C102.9.